What's going on, everyone? It's Bars, and welcome back to another Manchester United review. Wolves versus Man United, finished the other day. So I was going to do a review in the morning, but obviously I was way too tired. It was like 6 in the morning, so I'll quickly do one now. Well, it'll just be a little quick one, just by myself. So there you go. As you can see, it's the same place that you'll see the podcast, Premier League Podcast 3 being recorded, so make sure you check that out as well, which will be uploaded after this video. So anyway, thank you for joining me. So we'll get stuck straight in. So United drew 1-1 to Wolves away, which was a good result in a way, but it's disappointing in a way as well. The fact that we dominated the majority of the play for the game. And Wolves only had really the two chances, with Jimenez from a free kick from Molineux hitting the post and then bouncing off De Gea and away, and then obviously Ruben Neves' it was a good goal. It was a good goal. Good guy outside the box. Good corner routine from Wolves. So very good goal. Unfortunately, that probably Me and I deserved the win. I thought dominated the play. Good goal by Martial to open things up. I was hoping we were going to get the second goal, because I knew for a fact if Wolves got the tails up, they were going to push us and probably get one if we didn't get the second goal. And Martial had that chance at the end of the first half when he ran over the ball. Unfortunately, just a bit unlucky. And obviously, the big talking point in the game, which should be the fact that we're level with City. We're actually gone off to a pretty good start of the season, considering we played Chelsea at home and Wolves away. And Wolves away for me is probably one of the top 3 hardest trips in the Premier League, besides Liverpool, Anfield, and Man City, Etihad. I think it's even tougher than going to the Emirates and playing Arsenal, just because Wolves have only lost to Liverpool last season 2-1, I think it was, at Anfield, and that's their only loss to a top 6 team. So I think it was 2-1 anyway. But anyway, we're not talking about Liverpool here, we're talking about Man United. So, but yeah, it was a good result decent result for United. But at the end of the day, that's what happened. So quickly get you my play ratings. I thought De Gea was good. He didn't really have anything to do, really. Obviously one hit the post, and then the other one went into the goal. He made 1 or 2 saves that he just needed to make. Nothing was really too difficult. He made 1 save, so there you go. He didn't really have anything too difficult to do, so it was good performance. I'll give him a 7.5, just base 7.5 rating. Couldn't do much about the goal that they scored. So Luke Shaw played very, very well. I thought was very, very good defensively. Bombed forward a lot more than what we've seen in the past. Well, we saw him in the past at Southampton doing this, and since he's come back from his big injury, he hasn't done it a lot. So it was good to see him bombing forward. So I'll probably give him a 7.5 as well, just because we did concede a goal, but even that was a worthy of a goal. But I'll give him I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8 because he played really well. And if we won, I would have probably been giving him higher. So I'll give him an 8 there. Harry Maguire was very, very good. Unfortunately, it was the clearance that he made for a corner that resulted in the goal that he probably could have cleared out for a throw-in. But hey, what can I say? I'm not out on the pitch. But besides that, very, very good. He's literally doing what Van Dijk does for Liverpool, and he's doing more, I think, because I think Liverpool because they've got more of they've just got a better morale at the moment because of what they did last season. They got a bit more confidence. I think the United players are a little bit lower on confidence. If they'd done a lot better in the league last season, I think they'd have a lot more confidence. But they're playing very, very well though. But anyway, but yeah, Maguire, probably give him an 8 as well. I thought he was solid. Obviously his last game was probably better because we kept a clean sheet. But again, the only goal we conceded so far this season was from a world-class goal. So there you go. Lindelof, give him probably the same as well, maybe 7.5, because he was very, very. He did good enough, but he probably just wasn't as good as Maguire and didn't do as enough as Maguire. So give him a 7.5 for that one. Wan-Bissaka, I'll give him an 8.5. If we didn't consider goal, he'd probably be my man of the match, because I thought that he was very, very good. Got the yellow card. I didn't think it was a yellow card, to be honest. He didn't really do anything. But hey, referee gave me yellow, so there you go. Nothing got past him at all. Nothing really. He was just amazing. So he's certainly putting a case up for being the best right back in the world. The only one that can really challenge him is Alexander-Arnold. And I think Wan-Bissaka was a better defender in general than Alexander-Arnold. I think Alexander-Arnold's a little bit better in terms of his attacking with his crossing and that, but Wan-Bissaka's certainly learning how to do that, and he's doing very well. So 8.5 for me from Wan-Bissaka. Moving to the midfield, so McTominay was good. A couple of moments where he did get he got pulled off the ball at one point from Adama Traore, which was disappointing, which led to I think that might have been when Maguire had to clear it, when he had to clear it for the corner. But I'd give him a 7, just 7. He didn't do terrible, did some good things, but can't give him anything higher than a 7 just because we didn't win and he didn't play amazingly. Pogba next to him, I'm going to remove the penalty because a penalty anyone can miss and whatever. I'd give him a solid 8 because he played really well. What got the penalty in the first place was world class. He got past all the players. Just unfortunately couldn't finish off with a penalty. If he'd scored the penalty, no one would be talking about Rashford should be taking penalties and blah blah blah. So at the end, I think Pogba and
I think people
Rashford,
find anything in any way to.
And Ryan's here as well. He's just on the side.
I think people find any way. People have an agenda against Pogba. Anytime Pogba does something half wrong, it's like, he shouldn't have took that penalty. If roles are reversed, if Rashford took the penalty and missed it, no one would be making such a big deal about it. But the fact is, Paul Pogba. Everyone has an agenda against Paul Pogba.
Yeah. My review, I'm joking. So there you go. But yeah, so inside work from the man himself. But yeah, Pogba was good. I think, as I said, I don't think it's a big deal that he took the penalty. It was just unfortunate. Like you could have said Rashford could have gone up and he missed the penalty, and people would be saying, Rashford missed the penalty. Why didn't Pogba take it? Because he won the penalty. So it's just people trying to make new storylines, really. So they're going to try and get something no matter what they can. So
I mean,
yeah.
To think of it like this as well, Aguero and Sterling always rotate penalties at City, but no one ever complains about that. So it's just I'm just trying to say it's this Man United Pogba agenda that everyone has because everyone doesn't want to see United win.
Yeah, there you go. So. Next player, Lingard. I thought he played very well in the first half, faded a little bit in the second half, created a lot of damage for Wolves in the first half, created some good chances, and that he missed a very, very good chance in the second half when he just went for it and he just completely just mistimed it and everything. So unfortunately for him, I'd give him a 7.5 just because of his first half performance was very, very good, but the second half faded away, so that's why he doesn't get any higher than that. So it could even be a 7, but I'll give him a 7.5 just because he played well in the first half. So Daniel Jones made his first start for the club, full debut in the Premier League. Very, very quick. But his finishing product at the same time is just not quite there yet. He's still young, he's like 19 or whatever, or 20, so he's very, very young. I know that Sancho's 19 as well, and his end product's a lot better, but Sancho's had a lot more opportunity than what James has. James has been playing in the Championship, Sancho's been in the Man City Academy and been playing for Dortmund, and they're on a different level. So give him a 6.5 just because he didn't really do a lot. But when he did do a couple of good things here and there, but he went over a little bit too easily a few times. That's probably what impacted with the yellow card. He did go over a couple of times really easily, and the referee probably thought, well, you've gone over easy too many times. I think you went over too easy, so it's a yellow card. I think he might have slightly got clipped, but so there you go. So we'll move on to the next player, which was, I'm trying to think who that was, Rashford, that's right. So good old Rashy. Got the assist for the goal. I think he was probably could have been looking to Luke Shaw. I don't know if he was necessarily looking for Martial, but at the end of the day, got the assist. Rashford played very, very well. Got some decent chances. Wasn't as impactful as what he was last week, but did quite well. Did some good things. So an 8 for me from him. Obviously, getting the assist would probably impact that a little bit. And the final player that was outfield was Anthony Martial, 2 and 2, number 9. Good start for him. Good start for my fantasy Premier League season. If you heard what I said. But yeah, good to see him get off another goal. Probably give him an 8.5, just because once he scored the goal, the first 4 contests of the match, when he tried to highlight the ball, he didn't. He made some little bit of silly errors and gave the ball away quite cheaply. But after he scored the goal, it was a different player. He held the ball really well, looked like a true number 9, and played very, very well from then on. Sometimes went in and out of the game in the second half, especially when Wolves got the advantage. But that's strikers really. Like strikers and wingers always go in and out of the game. They're not going to play. They're not going to be like Ronaldo and Messi, where they're involved essentially for the whole game. And at the end of the day, they're not either. There's 5-10 minutes where they're not even touching the ball. So, myself, me, 8.5. Good performance from him, and hopefully he can build on it in the weeks to come. So the 3 subs. Mata, Mata, Pereira and Greenwood, give them base 7. They didn't really impact the game too much. Didn't really have enough time, to be honest. I think Ollie probably made his subs too late. I think he needed, like we said this last week, and I hope this doesn't become a common factor here, but he used his subs quite late, and it's hard to rely on Mason and Andreas and Mata and that to come on with 10 minutes to go and score a goal and win the game. So you've got to be making those subs at like the 70th minute mark, 75th minute latest, to give them at least 15 minutes to get into the game. Whereas 80 minutes, by the time they get on, by the time they've touched the ball and warmed up, it's already the 90th minute, and then they can't really do anything. So not many people are going to be able to do what Moura did against Man City and come on 19 seconds and score a goal. Like, it doesn't happen very often, and if it did, then we wouldn't be talking about this. So, but at the end of the day, not a bad result for United. 1-1 draw. Wolves being a tough away fixture as well, I would probably factor into being a good result. 4 points from first opening 2 games, and they've been 2 hard games as well. Got a good run coming up now. So it'll be interesting to see what we can get. We've got Palace, Southampton, Leicester and West Ham next 4. So we should be able to pick up majority of wins there, especially with like Leicester being at home as well. And Palace, Southampton, West Ham we should be beating. And then we've got a couple of tough games after that with Arsenal, Newcastle and Liverpool, more so than Arsenal, Liverpool, not so much Newcastle. So, and then we've got a good run after that. So, anyway, thanks for joining me. Do appreciate it. Check out the 2 previous podcasts I did, the wrap up and the number 2 reviewing game week 1, and then also check out the podcast 3, which will be going up after this video. So there'll be the new video coming up. So make sure you check that out. Check this out as well while you're at it. So give a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn notifications on so you know when my videos go up on YouTube. So and go follow on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. All links will be in the description below, and you can go and do all that stuff. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next review for Manchester United versus Crystal Palace at Old Trafford on Saturday. Thanks for watching. See you next video. I'm out. Cheers.